Rice fans, back with this week's edition of the FTU Baseball Roundup here with Coach Justin McKay. Coach, you got 1 out of 3 against Sacred Heart last week here at the Namoli Family Baseball Complex. You're getting ready to take on Seton Hall, a team you've already seen twice this season here. Let's just talk about last week. You played 5 games. One of the key stories over those 5 games was Ryan Glowacki, who's been playing shortstop for you guys. He played in 4 of those games. He hit almost 400 on the week. I think 3 of his 4 hits were doubles. Talk about his offensive contributions.
Yeah, I mean, Bobby Romano, fifth-year senior captain, is out right now, and he usually is in the middle infield, and that's provided an opportunity for Ryan to step in. And what he's really done well is he's gotten in plus counts. He's gotten ahead in the count, and then he's looked for elevated pitches and just didn't overswing when he was swinging. So he didn't miss him. He put himself in good situations. He was aggressive on the breaking ball, which a lot of freshmen. That's one of the biggest adjustments when they get here is trying to get them being more aggressive on the breaking ball because it's going to keep coming for a strike over and over again at this level. So that's what he's done well, and we want him to tighten it up a little bit at shortstop, but he has all the potential to be a really good shortstop.
Talk about the team's approach offensively as a whole. I know you always want to preach line drives as a coach. It does seem like your team is hitting the gaps and getting a lot of extra base hits.
Yeah. I mean, offensively, we're starting to hit stride, but again, we started, I think it was 7 freshmen and 1 junior and 1 senior in the lineup this weekend. So it's going to be progression. I mean, to think that, that they're going to be senior-like hitters, halfway through a season or not even halfway through a season is not realistic. What they are showing is that they will, we continue to develop them. They're going to be something, a really dynamic offense if, everything sticks together and we continue to develop them over the years. I think that, we're going to face some good pitching today. We're going to face some real good pitching this weekend as well, and we've seen it. A California trip took care of seeing that kind of pitching, and we just want to keep progressing.
Yeah, and then on the other side of the ball, I know you haven't been pleased with your team's defense. A lot of guys have been playing different positions, seems like game to game, but there have been a lot of miscues, and it's definitely hurting your pitching a little bit, letting them down on the other end.
Yeah, I mean, when you play, this year it's incredible. We had 0 cancellations. So when you schedule 2 midweeks ahead of time and say, every single year we've ever played, we've had a bunch of cancellations. Last year we had like 14, and then we don't get one. So that what happens is you start playing 5-6 games a week, and then you get injuries. So right now we're pretty bit up with the injury bug, with 3 starters being out, and so that shifts guys having to move around. And now you got freshmen who are being moved out of a position that they're not accustomed to. So now that's a double uncomfortable, having to play every day. Some of these guys should be brought along and developed, but but having to play every day and also potentially playing out of position leaves it a little uncomfortable defensively. So we got to get settled in and get more comfortable there.
For sure, and then obviously it has a negative effect on your pitching. I know, again, the pitching hasn't been where you wanted it to be. It's early season stuff here, but you've had leads in a lot of these games, and then they've slipped away. Talk about maybe some of the positives seen from your pitching, and then obviously what you're going to do to try to get them to be able to protect leads a little better.
Yeah, I think that the pitching is coming along. I think that the second half of the pitching we'll see a different staff. I think it took them a long time to learn how it works at this level. The free passes just have to stop, the walks and the hit by batter on breaking balls, and falling behind in counts, and then when you're facing good hitters, they're teeing off on you ahead of count. So those 3 things are major factors that we have to continue to clean up. But they've shown progression. This weekend they came a little more alive, and then the defense let them down. So I expect the pitching staff to do. Pitching coach Ryan Majewski, he won't stop working until and the staff won't stop working until where they are. They're just, again, there's not an older guy to lean on. We had 1 junior at our pitching staff. They gave us this past weekend. They gave us 2 innings. And they're having to grow up quickly. I expect them to have a much better second half.
And then lastly, you had it last week. You were on the road for the early part of the season. Last week, you got a bunch of games here back in Namoli. You'll head back on the road this week to face the top team in the conference, Bryant, a team you know well, obviously, always up there in the standings. What do you expect from your team this week as you head back out on the road to Rhode Island?
I expect us to compete. I think it's a great appreciation to be able to play a program like that every year in conference. We appreciate the opportunity. I think that we want to compete every single pitch, every single inning. This is, in my opinion, probably most talented, best team that they've ever put out there, and they're young too. And their 3 starting pitchers will be top notch, and their whole lineup up and down. This is, in my opinion, again, the most talented teams out there. So we're excited for the challenge. We're excited to attack and try to go take a game or 2 out there.
Well, good luck this week.
Thank you.
Coach McKay and his Knights will host Seton Hall today here at the Namoli Family Baseball Complex. First pitch is 3:30 p.m. Then they'll travel out to Smithfield, Rhode Island to face the first place Bryant Bulldogs. That'll be a 3-game series Friday, Saturday, and Sunday out in Rhode Island. You can find all coverage and all links for FDU men's baseball at fdunites.com.